Harley, let's say our pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible with liberty and justice for all. And especially for Sandra Bland's family and all those other families out there that are suffering from injustice in our system, and certainly from my son, Roy Adams Jr., who will have been in jail unjustly 10 years next Wednesday, August the 5th, 2015. Friends and families, I'm asking for your prayers. Next Wednesday, August the 5th, my son will have been in jail for 10 years. And on next Wednesday, August the 5th, yours truly will be engaging in an act of civil disobedience. And I'm kind of frightened, fearful, I kind of have some butterflies in my stomach, but I know I'm going to be all right. And I know that someone above is watching me, and I'm looking forward to it. But here's why I'm going to do that. After 10 years of going through the system, getting lawyers, getting attorneys, filing appeals, walking in the street, or holding up my nice little sign, was still where we were. My son is still in jail. However, in the last month, I am proud to say I have been in front of the Eunice City Council, the Grapevine City Council, and the Tarrant County Commissioners Council. And I have told them about my story, about our story. Their reactions, to say the least, they were just shocked that I would come in front of them, look dead in their faces, mayors, chiefs of police, elected officials, and I'll tell them, my name is Laura Jenkins. My son is Roy Adams. He's been in jail for 10 years, wrongfully convicted for the intoxication manslaughter in the death of Grapevine Police Officer Darren Medlin. While we have ultimate remorse in our hearts for that family, my son was not drunk driving. I tell them that Richard Alpert led this effort to criminally incarcerate my son. I tell them about the tape that was turned off, that was altered, the videotape, the video camera, all those cameras and tapes we're seeing today in social media associated with Sandra Bland, associated with Michael Brown, associated with New York. Well, we had one of those stories 10 years ago. And lo and behold, nobody talked about it. But I'm talking about it today, and they're just shocked that I would bring it up. On next Wednesday, I want to shock them again because I want somebody in the media to talk about this case. So I ask for your prayers, your thoughts, your concerns. I know I'm going to be all right because God above has me, but I would appreciate your thoughts and prayers too.
Roy's words. I have a very different jail experience compared to an inmate who believes his only mistake was being caught for the crime he committed. At times, I have engaged in extreme bouts of frustration and depression. I have worked out with weights and played basketball until I have injured myself or made myself sick. Ultimately, I came to the conclusion that these undertakings were not healthy outlets. Rather, my frustration and anger were keeping me in an unbalanced state of mind. I came to terms with who I am, and now, and who I want to be in the future, due only to God and the universe. I had a cellmate who, like me, was a victim of this unjust prison industrial complex. Driving home one day, a woman rear-ended him in his car. His young son was sitting in the seat next to him, no car seat. The policeman came to the scene and ended up arresting him for endangerment of a child. Unfortunately, he was on probation for marijuana possession. Of course, his court-appointed attorney instructed him to plead out for 7 years and said that he would do about 6 months and come home. Instead, when he left the Roach unit in Childress, he only had 6 months to complete that 7-year sentence that started out with him being rear-ended with his child not being in a car seat. Before he was locked up, he had a wife, family, and a job that was supporting his family. While in jail, his wife left him, he lost his job, and was hit in the mouth and lost 2 of his front teeth. However, he was one of the few people who I met in prison that showed me another way. He is a good dude. How do I know that? Because his children wrote him wonderful letters. Does society benefit from having us locked up? Did society benefit from having Sandra Bland locked up? Can you imagine what Sandra Bland was thinking while in jail after being treated the way she was treated by the police officer? We'll never know. She's not here.